Okay, so 8, 10, and 12 for 2.5. It looks like this. Okay, so it says solve the equation for x. Now we went over several different ways for you to solve this, okay? And I'll go over each of them really quick before we do this. One of the ways that we came up with was kind of like using like the Goldilocks method, too high, too low. Another method that we came up with was graphing and seeing where they intersected. The method that you were introduced to today is when you take the log of both sides. Because it's base 10, then we use base 10, right? And the way that you've already known from the very beginning was changing things back into either logs if they're in exponents or vice versa. So I will show you each of these, and it just kind of depends on what the problem is for me to decide which method I will use. And because you're just learning this, it might be good for you to get really good at one method and then start learning another method. So for this one, and there's other methods too that I didn't mention. For this one, because I know that this number here, 10,000, is and does have is a power of 10, I'm going to use the same base method. So I'm going to write this as a base of 10. Both of them are going to have a base of 10. So this one says already 10 to the x. That's not a big deal. And I'm going to write 10,000 in terms of 10 to the something. So if I think about 10,000, that's 10 to the fourth. Okay. If you don't believe me, you can check using your calculator. Actually really quick because that's already there. So, oh, look, it doesn't. I want it in exponentials. Okay. Wait, 10 to the, oh, I put 10 to the 10th, my bad. 10 to the 4th is 10,000. Okay. So then it's really clear that x is 4. So this implies that x is 4. So not a lot of work there. I will show you like taking the log of both sides, and you'll see the similarities between what we just did. So if I started with this, and this is the second method, I'm just going to show you every now and then I'm going to show you more than one method. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the log of both sides. So log 10 and log of 10,000. So there's the problem. And then I take the log of both sides. Notice here, that's that log 10 of 10. So this is just left with x equals 2. And if I plug this into my calculator, it will give me, let's see, log of 10,000 is 4. So like, do you see how these are very similar? You could have even rewritten this to be the 10 to the 4th. There's several different ways you could have done this. So I did the same base. I took the logs of both sides. I'm not going to show you graphing, and I'm not going to do the guess and check method, right? So hopefully one of these appeals to you a little bit more. The thing about this one, when you're using logs, make sure that you're taking the log of the same base that the x is stuck in. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so the next problem we're going to do is number 10. So this one says 10 to the x plus 2 equals to 347. Now I can't do this method with this one because 347 is not a power of 10. So so here's another method. You could rewrite this into log form. You could rewrite this into log form. So I'm going to show you that one since I just showed you that one. So I'm going to translate this to log. So that means I'm going to go log base 10. Now this base here is this base here, right? Oops, sorry, you can't see. This base here is this base here. And then I take it of 347 equals to x plus 2. Okay, now if your goal is to solve for x, I did a really good job. I have one more step and then I'm done, right? So then how do you get x by itself? Well, I would subtract 2 to both sides. So subtract 2, subtract 2. Remember, I like putting the subtract 2 all the way out in front here. So it's not going to get confused. Like, do I subtract 2 first, Miss Johnson? So then my answer is going to be -2 plus log base 10 of 347 equals to x. And whatever that is equal to on my calculator, that's what the answer is. So I will approximate that. So wait. So 347, and then I'm going to go -2 plus that. So it's approximately 0.5403. So this is approximately 0.5403. Okay. So some of you are already choosing which is your favorite method. My favorite method, I will tell you, and if I can get it into same base, I do that. If I can rewrite it, I'll do that. If I can take the log of both sides, I will do that. Just kind of get comfortable with each of these. Okay. So for this one here, again, I can't use the same base method because look, they don't have the same base, right? I could take the log of both sides, or I could rewrite it. Both of these are going to give me the same exact answer. So what I think I want to do is I want to rewrite this. Actually, I just rewrote it. So let me take the log of both sides. So I'm going to take the log of both sides. I just write log right there, and then I'm going to rewrite it so I know exactly what to write. So this says log of 10 to the negative x minus 1 equals to log of 1 over 36. Okay. You should be comfortable enough to know that this right here will just leave me with my exponent. So here's my exponent, negative x minus 1 equals to log of 1 over 36. Oops, it's going to catch up right now. Okay. Okay. And then again, so it's going to come up right here. So again, all I want to do, wait, where did the -2 on the right side go? This one right here. Oh, okay. So here I subtracted 2 to get x by itself. See how here your whole goal is to get x by itself, right? So here it's not by itself. So I subtracted 2. Yeah, I subtracted 2. And I just put them out in front for that reason. Good question. Really good question. Okay, so for this one right here, now I want to get x by itself again. What do I need to do to get x by itself? What do I need to do? Yeah, I'm going to add 1. Very good. So now I'm left with negative x is equal to 1 plus log of 1 over 36, right? How do I get rid of this negative? How do I get rid of that negative there? Yeah, you divide by -1 or you multiply by -1, either way. I will multiply by -1 just because, I don't know, it makes sense to me. Right, and so now my answer, my complete answer is x is equal to -1 times 1 is -1. -1 times positive log of 136 is minus log of 1 over 36. So there's my answer. If you want to simplify or plug that in here, you just type it in exactly as you see it. -1, oops, -1 minus log of 1 over. Now see, look at how it moved my over. I don't want it to be that way. So I'm going to push back and I'm going to put a parentheses here. And now I'm going to put divided by. That's what I wanted to see. So if this doesn't look like this, most likely your approximation is now going to be wrong. So my answer is about 0.5563. Perfect.